Hey, how's it going there, YouTube? Leonard here, back again with another deck profile for you all. And yes, it's coming around that time, guys. That Pale Moon is starting to rise up from the ashes and totally become a thing back into the game. And as you can see here, I have a Harri deck build. I got my four Pale Moon trial decks in for my pre-order, thanks to my buddy Kevin, who got them in for me. If you guys haven't seen that video, you should totally check it out. It's the video right before this one. It's just a simple box opening of the trial deck to see what's inside and all of its contents, its playmats and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I just thought of putting this deck together. It has a lot of great generic support and all sorts of stuff from over the years, and a lot of the good stuff in Pale Moon. So I just thought of trying to make this deck the best of my ability with what I have now. And I hope you all enjoy it. Let's get right into it. I'm going to start off with the main deck first, of course. Oh, also to complete this deck and this mat, I got these sleeves just to suit it, more Kurumi sleeves. I have this little foot thing here, but I don't really have a foot fetish, so I don't really care for her position. But okay, let's get into this deck. For the first grade 3, of course, play 4. Masked Magician Harri. The skill is Counterblast 2. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, choose up to 1 card from your soul, call it to Regard Circle, and then you get plus 3,000 power. And on Stride Break skill is Counterblast 1. During your turn, when you're in a G-Stride on this card, you may pay the cost. If you do, Soul Charge 1. Get 1 card from your soul, call it to Regard Circle, and it gets plus 5,000 power. But at the beginning of the end phase of your turn, you put it back into your soul. So it's a really nice way of cycling out your cards and dishing out some really nice plays, because the new called unit gets plus 5k, so it's really, really nice. Next, for the grade 3s, I play 4 of the Break Ride, Miracle Pop Eva, simply because I don't want to play Legion in this deck. It's not too necessary, and there's so many other cards I want to play regarding the grade 2s. When the set comes out, of course. And the Break Ride's really, really nice to sit on, especially when you don't stride and you just get that 1 extra soul charge, because it always helps. I just play the Break Ride because I think it's I think it's one of the best substitute rides if you don't get off Harri, because then at least if you choose not to stride, you can break right into Harri and pull off some amazing plays using Harri's skill. And if you get out to the point where you're at GB2, then you also get Harri's skill. So when you attack, you call a card from the soul. Miracle Pop Eva's skill, you put 2 in, you call 2 back out, all those nonsense plays. And I do run stands, so you can make all sorts of multiple attacks in one turn to surprise your opponent. Alright, that's it for the grade 3s. Let's move on to the grade 2s. I play 4-star Magician Ellen. This is just 10k vanilla, a new nice 10k vanilla from the trial deck. Just play this as a little substitute for now for other cards and feature support, because sitting at 10k base to play the grade 2 game is pretty important, especially in this deck when your opponent would not want you to get your amazing call plays off, because Pale Moon can set up very, very early in the game. So if you ever happen to play the grade 2 game, it's always nice to sit at a 10k base. And with the numbers that you make in this deck, it's absolutely amazing to play with 10k vanillas. Next, I play 4 card dealer Jacqueline. It's the boost grade 2. Skill is GB1, Counterblast 1 when this unit attacks a Vanguard if it's being boosted. Soul Charge 1, choose up to 1 grade 2 or less card from your soul and call it to Regard Circle. It doesn't get any power, it doesn't go back into the soul, but at least it's something you can do. It's a really nice art, really nice double rare also. Alright, and almost last for the grade 2s, I play 2 Dancing Princess of the Night Sky. This deck isn't tremendously counterblast heavy, and I just thought that, if you don't like blind soul charging, you definitely want to utilize this card to get better soul charges out there. So I just play this card for safety reasons. Let's move these up a bit here. So yeah, this is totally a player's preference, by the way. If you choose to play something else, you totally can. And finally, for the grade 2s, I tech in my 1 Misdirection. Ever since I saw this card from BT15, I immediately thought every single Pale Moon build I play will play at least one of them. Her skill is for activate from the soul. When another one of your Pale Moon is placed on Regard Circle from the soul, she gets called straight out from the soul as a free call. So you call out, let's say, a 10k vanilla to a 1 Rearguard. Her effect, free call automatically from the soul. But her effect states that after she's called from the soul, you have to put her back into the soul so you can reuse her again. She's just here as a free call, and used as a tool with purple trapezes to make more power plays. Alright, now let's move on to the grade 1s. Of course, we play our beautiful 4 purple trapezes. Really good staple in the deck and definitely must be played. Play 4 Skull Juggler because, okay, now I do know that many of you guys do not like those blind soul charges, but there really isn't too many ways to soul charge in this deck other than using your grade 2 Jacqueline or using your Harri. Now, sometimes if you get Dance Princess off, it's fine, but you always just get that one card, and after it's called out of the soul, it might just stay out depending on how you play. So just to, put more stability in your soul charging, I play 4 Skull Juggler. It's an alluring succubus clone. Skill on Vanguard Rearguard Circle when it's placed. Soul charge 1, just to add up some more soul charges. And there aren't too many other great ones you can play. I mean, I'm sure there are, and there really are, but this is just the way I choose to play, and it really, really helps a lot, but player's preference. You could play like Jumping Glenn and Jumping Jill in replace of Misdirection, Skull Juggler, and Dance Princess of the Night Sky. But I just want to keep my deck in a few more consistency reasons and more power plays, so I decided to tech these cards. Next up, of course, we play 4 of the Perfect Guard, Hades Hypnotist. It's kind of self-explanatory. It's Perfect Guard. I'm not going to play the new one simply because I like this deck to be nice and shiny. I'm going to wait for the new Perfect Guard to come out. And lastly, I don't play the promo or the reprint Egg Juggler. I play 2 Brassy Bunny. Skill is the exact same as Misdirection, so when someone else is called to Rearguard Circle from Soul, skill, free call. That's all this deck really is. You want to pressure your opponent a lot by knocking off their rear guards, possibly, and attacking their Vanguard by pulling off multiple plays and combos with your Misdirection and Bunny. Get free calls off. And it's a good tool with Purple Trapezist. You don't want to put in some other rearguard into the soul, or you want to make some other play. You put them out instead. Call a new unit. If you still have an open spot, call them back out for free. Absolutely amazing plays you can do there. Now let's move on to the triggers. I play 4 Poison Juggler, 4 Rainbow Magician. Its skill is when an attack hits during a battle this unit boosted, you may pay the cost. Skill is Soul Charge 1, and you turn this draw trigger back to your deck. And it can hit anything when it boosts, so it's more pressure on your opponent if you choose to knock down a rearguard. I play 4 of the new stand, Amethyst Beast Tamer. He's the exact same as a Poison Juggler, so if you ever happen to call him into the soul and you just want to call him out for the lulz of it, stick it back to the soul plus 3,000 power. And of course we play the 4 new Heal, Tender Breeder. Absolutely amazing art there. As for my starting Vanguard, I play the Happiness Collector. Absolutely amazing card. You can pull off so many combos with this since you call off so many cards from the soul already with this deck and other cards, especially when you abuse Purple Trapezes. Her skill is GB1. Put it into your soul. When your other unit is placed in Rearguard Circle from the soul, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw 1 card, then soul charge 1 extra card. So this card's your draw engine of the deck because you're going to abuse the living crap out of it, kind of like with Anna with Silverthorn. You're not going to be soul charging too much. You will soul charge 1, but you definitely rack up some nice hand size with your with the drawing ability. All right, now let's move on to the strides. For the first stride, it's Ardor, Dragon Tamer Amanda. Skill is Vanguard Circle. When an attack hits a Vanguard, you may pay Soul Charge 1. Choose up to 1 card from your soul, call it to Rearguard Circle, and it gets plus 2k. At the beginning of the end phase of your turn, put it back into the soul. So this is the new stride from the trial deck. Absolutely amazing art, really, really pretty. And it's just a really nice pressure card since it's on hit. Next, from the Fighters Collection of 2015, we have Miracle of Luna Square Clifford. It's almost the same as this, except when the attack hits, you choose a grade 2 or less from your soul, call it to Rearguard Circle, and it gets plus 2,000. You don't soul charge, it doesn't go back into your soul, it's just another generic stride for Pale Moon. And then I tech in 1 Harmonics Messiah because, Buddy gave me this, and I thought I'd play it to make up for the extra room in this deck. I would play another Clifford, but, this is absolutely fine. You can totally play in any other thing you want. Then, of course, I'll play 1 Blizza. Like I said, this deck is not too counterboss heavy. It can be, depending on how you play. But I always like to finish off with a good Blizza or a nice finishing blow with a break ride or another stride. Make more combo plays with purple trapezist and your starting Vanguard, get all the draws and more powers and more attacks off. But in the event that you're just too lazy, you just want to beat them down to Blithering Pulp, you can just use Blizza. And that's pretty much it for the deck profile, guys. I really hope you all enjoy. Like I said, this is just the first of many types of builds that I will try out with this deck. Still playtesting a lot. If you guys have a lot of comments and your own views about this deck and how you guys want it to be played, let me know down below. I'd absolutely love to hear about you guys and learn more from you guys, because I'm just one man trying to make a deck. And if you guys can do it better, I'd absolutely love to see it. Alright, guys, this is Leonhard out. Peace.